Why are you so scared of me? I feel you haven't got a clue over the way that I feel. I've been running circles around you. Every day I fall asleep with nightmares of losing you. Please don't think too fast, or I might not catch up with you. Don't let me go. Just let me know. stupid things. It's a long story. The girls we had and lost, and all the friends had and lost over trust. 'Cause we're on our own. Just left alone. We're on our own. We're just left alone. We're on our own. Just left alone. We're on our own. We're just left alone. We settle for less. We settle, and I can't find a reason why. Break out of this room before I fall away from everybody's mind.
What is up, internet? My name is Ori. Welcome back to the channel. We are live here, ready for another live eviction inside the Celebrity Big Brother house. We're gonna see a veto competition. We're gonna see a eviction. How we got to this point where Carson is probably going to evict someone other than Todrick and Misha is mind-blowing. There was so much that happened on the feeds between the HOH competition and now. I'm almost not even mad at Todrick and Misha. I'm almost just impressed at what they were able to pull off on Carson, on Cynthia. I'm almost speechless with how crazy this week has been. Now, all that said, we're still a few minutes away from the episode. But while we wait, let's go over a little bit of what happened in the past two episodes. I'm sure there are a lot of you that didn't actually watch last night's episode, at least live. That is, I know I didn't watch it live. I watched it after the fact. Little big game that was going on, no big deal. Elle says, still holding out that Carson and Cynthia aren't this foolish. Sadly, I think they are. I think they are this foolish. There was conversations today on the live feeds as well where, Shannon was making one last ditch effort. She's like, maybe they'll talk to me about this. But the hardest part, right, is, and I've kind of talked about it already, the hardest part not only was just having to watch it go down and not being able to help her at all, because it's like, you're like, oh, she just needs somebody to support her in this, right? Because she's got nobody to have her back. The hardest part is that all the information they're using technically is true. The only thing that's like makes it where they actually are mad is like, well, she was playing both sides, but she always really was loyal to Carson and Cynthia over them, right? And that's part of Big Brother, where it's like, you float in the middle a little bit, you talk to the other side, you're not gonna tell them that, oh yeah, no, I'm gunning for you. You're gonna lie to them and say, yeah, I'm working with you, yeah, Final Four, yeah. But you're meanwhile always working with your other people. And Carson and Cynthia, the way they see it now is that she's been just lying to both of them, so they can't trust her at all. Hermit, what up, Hermit? Oh, they are this foolish. Cynthia has always been this gullible. And I think that's kind of on brand with Carson as well. I'm so disappointed in Carson because I really didn't think he was this dumb and gullible. But he's bought into this just as much as Cynthia has. I'm completely shocked by it. Now, that said, we have veto. The veto competition has to take place. Maybe Shayna is able to pull herself off the block and change things up. But that's a lot of ifs. That's a lot of ifs. Now, we did have another newsworthy event in the Big Brother world. It was finally announced that the premiere episode of Big Brother Canada Season 10, BB Can 10, can't believe it's been 10 years of Big Brother Canada already. It will be premiering on March 2nd. So that means 1 month from the finale of Celebrity Big Brother. Not 1 month, 1 week from the finale of Celebrity Big Brother. That very next Wednesday will be the premiere episode of BB Can. And then they did release like their schedule going forward. So it's going to be March 2nd, 8 o'clock that Wednesday. After that, every Wednesday going forward will be 7. Then we'll have Thursdays and Monday episodes as well. But we're here with the episode. Let me guys give you a little sync up.
Everything. Welcome to Celebrity Big Brother.
Previously on Celebrity
Yodeling
Big
that.
Brother. Chris and Shayna were working with
music.
both sides of the house.
I hate that music a lot.
That I like you guys. Right.
So they're just giving us a little recap here of what happened this past week, and it's just so crazy to me that Todrick and Misha were able to pull this off. Like I said, I'm almost not even mad at it. I'm almost just more impressed that they were able to do it this easily. I didn't think it would be an easy thing to pull off, but apparently it was. Apparently it was pretty easy for them to pull the wool over their eyes. So they're showing everything, right? How Cynthia saved Carson, and so this was one of the things that Todrick and Misha were trying to use to convince Carson and Cynthia. They were like, when she used the veto, she said she was sorry, right? If she was with you guys, why would she be saying sorry for saving you, right? She was apologizing to us because she was with us. And it's like, well, yeah, she's apologizing because she doesn't want you to come after her still, right? Like, it's still a game where you have to protect yourself. And they're... oh, poor Shayna. And that was the other part of it too, where it's like, they were like, she was like, look, can I just talk to you and Cynthia and see if we can work something out? Like, this was today. And Carson was like, well, I think all the discussions are probably better off in a group with everybody. Me, you, Cynthia, Misha, and Todrick, and then we can get the whole story straight. But do they not see how that is ganging up on her, where everybody has somebody to defend them and their point of view except for her? Poor Shayna. Just poor Shayna. That's all I can say about it. I had a sneeze there. I didn't want you guys to have to hear that, so I muted there real quick. JD, how are ya? Ayo, I've heard Carson won HOH. Hope he can evict Misha and Todrick tonight. Oh, JD. Chat, should we tell JD what happened? Should we? JD, you don't know? Oh, JD. Oh, JD, honey. Oh. I've got some bad news, JD. It's not gonna go that way. You are right. Carson won HOH. That is 100% correct. And you would have been right that yes, his target would have been Misha or Todrick. And it seemed like we were on track for that. Everybody went to bed after the HOH. That was all fine. Carson had made a deal with Todrick where he said he wasn't going to put him up. And then they wanted to clarify that deal. And he says to Todrick, hey, just don't use the veto if you win it either. Todrick says he doesn't like this idea. He goes to Misha. They figure out this plan to throw Shayna under the bus to Cynthia and to Carson. And it works. They've convinced Carson and Cynthia that Shayna is the biggest devil in this house that has been manipulating the whole house, playing both sides, and that she's been coming after Carson since the beginning, even though she saved him with the veto just last week. I just am so... I've explained it all out there step by step, and I still don't believe it and understand how it happened. But it did. It did, JD. We had a massive fight in the house where everybody turned on Shayna. It is not good. Shayna needs to win the veto tonight, JD. That's what we need. It is BB22 level bad. It's so gullible, L. So gullible. Oh. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good tonight unless Shayna can win that veto. That's what we need. Hermit, she pretty much has been isolated the past 2 days. Carson and Cynthia did kind of like make up and be friendly with her, but they don't want to talk game with her at all. Because they did spend like I think it was last night or the night before kind of talking, but it's not been good. They can't be doing this to us right now. Why are they giving us Krampus? Once day and bay out of the house vibes. Honestly, it's right up there. It's right up there, JD, where Misha and Todrick have manipulated this thing into a whole mess. It's crazy. And the way they have it set up is that Shayna isn't nominated, and there's a chance that she doesn't play in the veto even. They have like a full finger plan going with her right now, trying to make sure that she's fully backdoored. I don't care about Shayna. Now I'm team Shayna. I didn't care about Shayna. Now I'm team. Yeah, that's kind of how it went for a lot of us. I started to really like her because she kept it like she didn't BS, right? Like she hated Misha. She hated Misha. She would always talk to NSYNC about how much she hates her and doesn't want to work with her. Now, Carson and Cynthia are completely convinced that she was working with Misha and Todrick and wanted Carson out, even though she used a veto on him. That's part of what I was saying, where it's like, it almost is... It's like, how do you fight against this argument? Where they were like, well, you may have done things that helped us, like saving Carson, but they were also for your benefit. Yeah, that's the goddamn point of an alliance, where you guys do things that are mutually beneficial. Oh, man. Shayna needs this veto. She needs it bad. CNC are talking trash about Shayna on the feeds for like 20 minutes. Yeah, they are so not working with her. There was no way of flipping it back. She needs this veto if she wants any chance to stay tonight. It's not good. It's not good. Shayna clearly played both sides. She just owned it. So here's the thing, Brooke. Here's the thing. You could say she played both sides, right? But she was always more loyal to Carson and Cynthia. Like, without question, if she had to pick between Carson and Cynthia and Misha and Todrick, she was taking Carson and Cynthia all day long. She was never gunning for Carson to be like, yeah, we should get Carson out. He's the biggest target. Her target was always that she hated Misha and Todrick. She hated having to work with them at all just to keep herself safe, because that's what she needed to do. And it was only NSYNC that was really pulling her closer to Misha. It's just, it's so crazy that they're holding this against her like this. It's so crazy to me. Especially because now they're screwed, right? Like, you get Shayna out and you don't have the numbers now to go after Todrick and Misha. Like, and you can't compete with them physically. it's insane. Rockio, I believe is how you would say that. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know. I hate that she didn't stand up for herself properly. She just got upset and said, fine, believe them. I feel you on that, and I agree. But I also understand how difficult it was for her. I kind of mentioned earlier where, like, everybody kind of has somebody to back them up, right? Where Misha and Todrick have each other, Lamar and Todd have each other, and Carson and Cynthia have each other. But she didn't have anybody to back her up. And they were like, yeah, well, why don't we all talk together? And she was like, you know what? I don't want to do that because I know I'm just going to get piled on and it's not going to help this situation. So I understand her not properly defending herself in that way because she felt like if I got into that situation with everybody, it was all just going to be a dog pile on me and I wasn't going to be able to get my own say in. Rocio. Is that better? Did I say that right? Rocio. I like that name. Welcome on in. Let's see. Herbert says, this war is going to leave us with Todd and Lamar final two. And you know what? At this point, I'd be happy with that. I would be happy with that, Hermit. I'm all for Todd Lamar winning this game and not even knowing how he won it. What actually sucks now is this is the first Chris Kirkpatrick did a risky move that led to Shayna using the POV, and with people seeing this, I'm in fear that we could get BB24 become BB22 the Comite again. Not sure what that means, but yeah, it was In Sync who was pushing this and kind of blew up everything in Shayna's face, right? Like the fact that he had her use the veto to save Carson is the reason she's going home and that he went home. But also it was kind of the right move. I feel like they should have done it when it was In Sync's HOH and they should have gotten Todrick out, but they didn't. They should have taken that shot. Because now Misha and Todrick are laughing. They are so ready for after this to go vote Carson out next week. Like they're down. Like they're just like, hell yeah, this is perfect. And yeah, exactly. They ganged up on her, right? It was just one of those things where it was like 4-on-1. It's like, are you really gonna win that argument? Probably not. And in that case, if it is it even good to get into that? Let's see. Community reference. Oh no. Oh no, not a community reference. Oh. All right. So what's happening here now? They got Carson and Cynthia discussing things. Give you guys a little peek in.
And, you know,
Processing,
but I think we're doing the right thing.
I've been very straightforward in the Big Brother house and have said from day one that I would play with honesty and integrity. But we thought that Shayna was really part of our sisterhood. And I didn't have any doubts about her until now. It's part of the game, I guess.
You shouldn't have any doubts about her. She was on your side. Lamar quickly learned the game and was schooling Todd. Lamar is laying low for distance. So I think he gets some game things, but he keeps bringing up like things that are like standard Big Brother. So they were talking about veto and they were like, yeah, so what if she wins veto? And he's like, who, Shayna? And he's like, yeah, what if she gets house guest choice and she picks her veto and she gets house guest choice and she plays her veto? And Todd's like, she doesn't pick in for a veto chip. You have to be nominated or the HOH. And he's like, but what's house guest choice do? He just like, there's certain things that he still doesn't quite get. But I do love Lamar. I do love Lamar a lot. So this bothers me too, where they're talking about how her defense and how flustered she got in the situation is less trustworthy. It's like, but I mean, when you're you're being blindsided bit by this, right? And ganged up on, and all these lies are rolling in about you. Yeah, it's understandable that she was flustered and she wasn't able to completely defend herself the way she probably would have wanted to. Because it's like, well, what do you even say when it's like the stuff they're saying is half true, but like the motives are wrong? How do you defend yourself in that situation? It really sucks to see her in that, because it's like, it's a no-win. It's a no-win situation there. I was rooting for Carson, but seeing how Misha is playing makes me feel like he doesn't deserve it. Yeah, I was... Carson grew on me really quickly. He's very entertaining, but after getting this blindsided by Todrick and Misha, it's like, wow, I don't even know if he really deserves it. I love Lamar. He's hilarious. Absolutely agree. Lamar's playing dumb. He's a professional athlete. They learn game rules real quick. He's just flopping. Right? The ref is looking, so he's pretending like he got a good elbow to the face. He's just buying his time. Maybe. He did have the idea that if he won HOH, he would go after Misha and Todrick. He thought that was a good idea, which I agree. I think that would be a great idea. But let's see if any of that happens. And there it is, right? Where they're like, look, Carson, we're working together right now, but as soon as this is done, we're coming for you. They really are just completely using Carson right now to get rid of Shayna and to better their game. The exact thing that they were saying that Shayna was doing to Carson and Cynthia. Why would you trust them? Why would you trust them? It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you think, yeah, you know what they're saying is trustworthy? If you've never doubted Shayna at all up until this point, why all of a sudden do you go, you know what? The people who've been trying to be against me this whole time in the house, the people who have lied to me and put me on the block, I should trust them over the one who saved me with their veto. Because if they didn't save me with their veto, I probably would have been voted out of this house. It's crazy. It's crazy. It blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind how we got into this situation. Let's see. JD, honestly, it's how Instinct tried to make a move but failed. And when people see they're going to think it won't work for them, they're on BB, which leads to the committee. But worse, I feel what you're saying, JD. People are like, hey, why make a big move? It's not going to work. It's just going to backfire. And then everybody just goes along with the house. Yeah, that is a danger, right? That is a danger. And I think it's been one of those things that Big Brother has kind of fallen into, where it just is easier to join the big alliance and go with the house. And that's why I'm a big proponent of certain things changing to make it more, I don't want to say fair, right? Because Big Brother has never been fair. And to say it's a fair competition is a bit of a lie anyway. But like things like the vote count, I would like to see it where instead of by a vote of 5-0, Julie just says, so-and-so, you're evicted, right? There's no, by a vote or, this 7 voted this way, 2 voted this way, or that would make it much easier for someone to be like, well, wait, where were the numbers, right? Like, who is on my side? Because if you can see, oh yeah, everybody voted the way we wanted to, then we know we have the house and we have the numbers, we have the majority. But if 2 people broke off and voted for the other person, you're not going to know that. And they could still work in secret and try and be like, yeah, like, let's try and make a move. And they could do it more secretive without giving away how many they actually had, right? Was it split 4-3 or was it, 5-2? You wouldn't know. Lamar have to be cracking up inside while watching the house flip. Todd and Lamar. Oh yeah, Lamar is a shit stirrer. He loves stirring up trouble. Let me give you guys a little sync up here.
Let me tell you.
Did you guys have a big wedding?
Hell yeah.
On TV, right?
Yeah, it was a big deal. I look like Prince Charming. I had a beautiful wife.
He got
When I
married on TV.
Chloe,
Well, I guess it was
there's just so many things
Kardashian. They're
that I
always
did wrong when it came
doing all
to
that kind of
relationship.
stuff. Even with good game moves, Todrick won't win in a final two. The jury isn't sequestered, and they've been watching all of the unnecessary meanness. Going to be the most bitter jury ever. Oh yeah, I could 100% seeing it be 8-0 for Todrick to lose. I don't think he has a shot. The only way he maybe could win if it's against Todd, maybe. Misha has everyone playing her game. I like when Instinct called her out and said, this is my HOH, I'm playing it for my game. Yeah, and right, so they were mad at Instinct for doing that, when meanwhile, when it was their HOH, they were like, no, we want to get Teddy out. And he's like, well, I want Miri out, right? Like, I don't want Teddy out. And they were like, well, it's our HOH. And then as soon as it was flipped, they were like, no, this doesn't work for us. It was very hypocritical. Sounds like they're getting very personal with the whole Kardashian X with Lamar. I didn't know this. Apparently, Shayna's ex is engaged to Chloe, I think. But I don't know if Lamar and Shayna have actually discussed this or not. But that's what I've heard. I'm not the best source for this kind of information. Just to let you know. This is things that I've heard through the grapevine that may or may not be true. Lamar really never got over. Travis Barker is engaged to Courtney. Wait, Travis Barker? So I know Shayna used to be married to Travis Barker, but I didn't know that. Oh no, I just realized if Todrick gets in the final two and maybe wins, it's a slim chance, but if it does, it would count to have a BB21 situation like what happened to Jackson. Yeah, right, where like he's blindsided. He also, I think he knows a little bit more about what the outside world's thinking than he leads on. He slipped up a little bit earlier. We could talk about that in a bit. And it's Chloe's sister. So Lamar's ex is Chloe. She has a kid with several cheating basketball players. With a serial cheating basketball player. He's engaged to Courtney, Chloe's sister. Travis was married to Shayna back in the 2000s. They had a show on MTV. I remember that. That I remember. So now Travis is engaged to Courtney, who is Lamar's ex's sister. I think I got it now. So Todrick slipped earlier today where he said, yeah, apparently, I think it was something like, apparently people are upset with how I'm playing. Or it was something along those lines. I forget exactly what he said. Oh, Carson's had the fridge open too long. It's beeping. It was something along the lines of like, oh yeah, people are mad about some of the moves I'm making or something like that. So I think production may have slipped to him a little bit. That's like, yeah, you know what? People aren't that happy with you recently. Uh-oh. Misha and Carson making deals again. This never goes well.
I just made a deal. If Shayna doesn't win, I would put her up and take somebody down. And I had an agreement with Misha that I would take her down. She keeps me and you safe in the next HOH.
Like his Cynthia's like, oh, this is gonna be great, but it's like, no, this is not. This is not
So never in
good
a million,
news.
billion, trillion, gazillion years did I ever think
they're not gonna
I'd
follow
be
through
telling
with this. This
Cynthia
is all
that I just
lies.
made a
Production told him to quit being an ass. That's, you know what? In that might be exactly what they did. That might be exactly what they did, Hermit. It was like, yo, stop being an ass. The people are onto it. He's like production's like pet. He was in the shower the other morning. He's like, Big Brother, if you want me to do any interviews, I'm here. I can do them. I'm up. It's like, all right, buddy. If they want you to do an interview, they'll call you. Carson and Cynthia are like, we're so great right now that we've made this deal. We're safe and it's all going to be fine. It's not going to be fine. Misha and Todrick saved themselves this week. They've gotten out somebody who was a physical threat that could beat them in competitions. In fact, is the only one other than Carson to beat them in a competition, if I'm not mistaken. NSYNC is out already. He won HOH. Yeah, has there been anybody else that has beaten them? Right? Like, not only have they taken out a number for you, they've taken out maybe your strongest competitor. And Todrick's just over there like, this is my move. I made this happen. And it's like, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I don't like it, but he's not wrong. And it, Billy. Gonna be the veto coming up here after this commercial break. Like Julie just said, it's everyone versus Shayna. And she's got a big uphill battle to go here. Did they forget Misha didn't keep her word to Teddy? Yeah, right? Like, I just think they completely forgot all about that. Can't wait to see Cynthia's face when she realizes they've been hoodwinked, right? Remember I told you Cynthia was going to coast through like Lindsay Lohan's mom? You did say that. You did say that. I would even say it's been worse than that already, because this has been rough. It's been rough to watch Cynthia just get completely played and manipulated. Cynthia won't realize she's been hoodwinked till she goes home and Candy tells her. That's probably the more likely scenario, where she's like, yeah, I played a great game. And Candy's like, oh, honey, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You threw away your game. You did not. You may have thought you did, but you didn't. Yeah, I just, like I said, I'm not even upset with it anymore, because at this point, right, like, I'm more impressed. I thought there was no way for them to save themselves. As soon as Carson won, I was like, well, obviously Misha and Todrick should be his targets. They've been targeting him this entire time. So for them to fully convince them that not only should they not target them, but they just should get out their only secure third number right after NSYNC, and they got rid of like their two biggest threats to them winning, right? Like, now at this point, the only people that, to at least Misha and Todrick, that they think probably could beat them is Carson. And then once Carson's gone, they're smooth sailing, right? Cynthia's easy to pick off. Lamar and Todd, they feel like are going to be easy to pick off. It's still crazy to me that it's turned out this way. When I saw that Carson won HOH, I was like, oh, perfect. Easy week. Easy week. Not so much. Not so much an easy week. While we're here waiting for the episode to come on back, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that button so you never miss a stream, a video. We do live feed updates and episode reviews every morning. You can also follow me on Twitter I'll pop my Twitter on in there. Probably the best way to keep up with everything I'm doing from videos and streams. Also, speaking of streams, I do have a Twitch. I haven't been on there very recently, but would like to get on there as well. So if you want to go follow me over on Twitch, you can do that as well. And we do also have a Discord. I'm thinking of trying to build out the Discord a little bit more and do like kind of like watch parties in there, kind of like hangouts where we can hang out, watch an episode, and I can show the whole thing on there. I can only show so much on YouTube without them being like, hey, stop that, you're being bad. Because right after Celebrity Big Brother, we've got what now? 2 more weeks of Celebrity Big Brother. Let me look at the schedule. Yeah, less than that. We have a week. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes left. The finale is on the 23rd. And then 1 week. So 1 week, 2 weeks from today. Well, 2 weeks from Wednesday, we will have the premiere of Big Brother Canada 10, and we're going to be jumping right into that. So we're going to have like a week break between Celebrity Big Brother and Big Brother Canada, and we're going right on into that. Here comes the veto competition. Let's take a look here. Some kind of on-the-floor puzzle. They've got a bunch of puzzle pieces behind them. They're going to have to run back and forth. Hopefully Shayna can do very well in this. Because we need it. We need it, Shayna. I'll save up our time of how much I could show you until there's something to actually see. I'm going to show you guys as much as the competition as I possibly can. Shayna didn't get picked. Shayna didn't get picked for the veto. Well, that pretty much does that. That's pretty much a wrap on Shayna. The actual full backdoor worked. Shayna is not competing for the veto. I doubt anyone who is in the veto competition will use it to try and save Shayna. Or I doubt anyone won't use it because the plan is right now to use the veto, take down Misha or Todd, and put Shayna up. So it looks like that is inevitable now at this point. Who will win the power of veto? This is not good. Not good. This is devastating for Shayna. She can't even fight to stay in the game like she deserves. Well, Shayna going home and some misery with her boyfriend, but she will win America's Favorite Player. I think there's a good chance. I think there's a really good chance she could win America's Favorite Player. I think it would have been Carson until this week. All right, here, let's show you what's going on in the competition here. They had that big 3x2 L shape that they had to put to complete their puzzle here. They pretty much gave them that was the first piece. Now they've got to put this all together. First person to complete their puzzle and ring in will win the power of veto. Todrick looks like he's doing pretty well. He's got a lot of pieces down. I don't know if they're all in the right place. Anybody else doing particularly well? Misha not too far behind from Todrick. Todrick looks like he has 1 piece left. Todrick's going to win this thing. Todrick's going to win your power of veto. He will use that veto to take down Misha. I am almost certain of that. And Shayna will be the one to go up as a replacement here. Not so shortly. Poor Shayna. Poor Shayna. Didn't even get a chance to fight in that veto. Didn't even get a chance. Not even a fair shot to win that veto and save herself. What a shame. And she knows it. She knows it. She had said earlier too that she was going to fight. She was going to try and stay, but she was ready to go home as well. she knew there was very little chance that she was going to be able to pull this off. And now Carson and Cynthia, they have pretty much sealed their fate with this. Like I said, has there been anybody else other than NSYNC and Shayna who has beat them in a competition? Right? Because who won Veto week 1? Who won Veto week 1? Was that Carson? Did Carson win Veto week 1? I think Carson won Veto week 1. So yeah, the only other person other than Shayna who is left to beat them in a competition is Carson, and that's their plan to get Carson out next week. After Shayna's gone, there's one person that has been able to beat them in a competition, and they're going to vote him out next week. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, the turn of events that have happened here today. Like I was mentioning, we are in a commercial break now. But like I was mentioning, we did get the announcement that Big Brother Canada 10 will be premiering on March 2nd. We'll definitely be here live on the channel. I believe it's a 2-night premiere, so we'll probably be live 2 nights in a row for that as we kick off Big Brother Canada. Anybody who's not seen Big Brother Canada or is not aware of how awesome Big Brother Canada is, they are adding, they may have already been added to Paramount Plus. Seasons 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. I believe they've added to Paramount Plus for you to watch. 1, 2, and 3. Classic Big Brother. Some of the best Big Brother you'll see. Season 5 of Big Brother Canada is maybe one of the best seasons of all Big Brother, period. American, Canadian, any brand of it. It was really fantastic. We will be getting the 10th season in just about 2 weeks from now. So right from Celebrity Big Brother, we'll be jumping into Big Brother Canada, and then that will wrap up sometime around May, which will pretty much give us about a month break before we jump into Big Brother 24. Which will definitely be exciting as well as we get ready into the summer. So it is Big Brother on Big Brother on Big Brother. We are just rolling through it. Recently, also been watching Australian Survivor. It's been an interesting season so far. I think other people are enjoying it a little bit more than I am. I think a big part of it is kind of the main attraction for this season, the big twist, the big thing to pull you in is Sandra from Survivor, known as the Queen of Survivor, 2-time winner, Queen Sandra. And it's the blood versus water, so it's Sandra and her daughter who are cast on this season. I'm not gonna lie, Sandra, not my favorite Survivor player of all time. I think she's a little bit boring to watch. It's not like she's a very active player. Yes, don't get me wrong, she's a very good player. That doesn't necessarily mean it's very exciting to watch her play. So I think it's been a little bit down for me. But Australian Survivor always kind of picks up a little bit more after the merge happens and things like that. It's a long stretch with Australian Survivor. They do 50 days over there compared to the 39 that traditional American Survivor would do. All right, it's time for the veto ceremony here. I'd imagine Todrick is going to use it to save his buddy Misha.
I see you're all there.
I'm still mad at Sandra for quitting All Stars.
As winner
yeah, right?
of the Power Veto, you may now remove one of the 2 nominees from the chopping block, or you may also leave Carson's nominations in place. So Todrick, please give everyone your decision.
Well.
Karma is a sweet, beautiful treat. I thought I was gonna need to fight for
talking
this
about
veto
karma.
for my girl Misha, but the person who needs this veto the most is the person who has been ignoring me for the past 24 hours. So I'm gonna mix things up, and I'm gonna give the veto to you, Todd.
What?
Yeah.
Man, thank you, bro.
I think
Okay.
friends need to bond a little.
Yes.
I was not prepared. I was not prepared for that twist of nominations. Let me change this here then and make it Misha. Todd's like, oh, I can sit on the couch. I'm done now. I'm a little bit shocked that he didn't save Misha. How great would it be if he's just like, yeah, Lamar, get up there on the block. It's awful. Awful decision. Awful decision. Awful. That was jury management putting Todd in his back pocket. You ain't wrong there. You ain't wrong there, Hermit. You ain't wrong. Gina, I know Gina. I'm shocked that he saved Todd. That's a little crazy. Christy coming in saying they are so sure of themselves. I'm disgusted. They really are. And what's awful is that Carson and Cynthia are just getting completely manipulated in this whole thing. And they're fully on board now with the plan. Misha's face when he gave it to Todd. She's like, wait, what? But I'm sure they discussed it beforehand. But man, I feel like that was Todrick also manipulating Carson with the idea that, see, look, I didn't use it on Misha. Like, I was doing something that, I was putting my fate in your hands. It's like, yeah, you know what, though? If you put up Lamar or Todd, I feel like they still might have had the votes to keep Misha. Because Todd or Lamar still might have went with Todrick and Misha at that point. You needed almost both of them on the block together, but they didn't do that. What idiots. I can't believe this is happening. I'm in disbelief. Lizzie? Is that if I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know. I apologize. But Lizzie, I'm right there with you. It is a little bit unbelievable. Bro, are we literally in BB21 plus BB22, the sequel? A little bit, JD, a little bit. So is Misha Cody and Todrick Enzo? No, yeah. No, because I feel like Todrick is doing more than Enzo. Enzo was really just there to be for a ride. But they're definitely running things right now. Lisa says, I think this is the last episode because the crap that just pissed me off. Cynthia and Carson are being played so bad. Shayna will deserve an apology from both of them in due time. Absolutely agree. I absolutely agree that she is definitely owing an apology from them. They probably will realize very quickly, depending on who wins HOH, that they made a huge mistake and that they will be the ones on the chopping block moving forward this week. Angela, I'm checking for Misha and Todrick final two, cheering for Misha and Todrick final two. At this point, if they get rid of Carson, it's a cakewalk for them. It's a cakewalk, and they will go right on to final two once they get rid of Carson. But we get to see them turn on each other. True. Will they turn on each other? I don't know. I just cannot believe that we went from, oh, Carson went HOH, this is going to be perfect, to Shayna is about to be evicted right now. This is completely, utterly different than how I thought this week was going to turn out. Never did I think, oh, yeah, Shayna is in trouble now that Carson won. Not in my wildest dreams. Again, some people might be mad in this kind of a situation. They might be pissed off that Todrick and Misha pulled off this kind of move. Me, I'm almost impressed. I am almost impressed with how well they were able to do this. But while we're in a commercial break here, I just want to thank everybody for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And if you like this stream, make sure you hit that like button. We do live feed updates as well as episode reviews every day. We've got about a week of Celebrity Big Brother left. And then 1 week after that, on March 2nd, we will be moving right on in to the Big Brother Canada house with Big Brother Canada 10, March 2nd. It's a Wednesday. It'll be the night 1 of a 2-night premiere. So right from Celebrity Big Brother, we're going to be jumping into Big Brother Canada, and I'm excited for that. Anybody who hasn't seen Big Brother Canada before, some of the best Big Brother that you will see around, the production value on it, the twists that they do. There's a lot that I like that Big Brother Canada does over the American Big Brother. We're back here. Julie welcoming us on back. I'll give you guys a sync up.
Todrick won the golden power veto and decided to use it to remove Todd. Then Carson put Shayna up in his place. Let's return to the living room for the live vote and the eviction.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Lizzie says they are going to feel it when they get out of the house. I'm almost embarrassed for them. They're definitely going to feel it. And Todrick was convinced that there's no way the audience would be on Shayna's side. Though I think he has a little clue now. I think production clued him in.
Been an obvious target since the moment I walked in this door, and I take it as a compliment that I'm here, but I do ask you to consider the reason Shayna is here is more for being shady, and I'm going to call it like it is. So I would ask that you make a deal with the devil you know versus the devil that you don't. Happy Valentine's Day, my loves at home.
Again.
Thank you, Misha.
Again, just tossing it right underneath there.
So much to CBS and the entire production crew here.
Unload on him, Shayna.
So incredibly amazing. Matthew, I cannot wait to kiss your face tonight on Valentine's Day.
She's going to take the high road, I think.
Ati, Lando, Bama, I love you so much.
Take the high road.
Mom, Dad, Chrissy, David, and Dina, thank you so much for believing in me. This has been a dream come true to play, and so thank you so much. And Rhode Island, I love you.
What a class act. What a class act to have all this stuff thrown at you, your name dragged through the mud, to be twisted and manipulated and being thrown out of the house, to not even saying one word about the person you're up against. Bravo to Shayna. What an absolute class act she was. As we're going to get the votes here, Todd will be the first one to vote. Christy's such a liar. Team Shayna. Hermit says, I'm mostly just sad for Shayna. She's going home to learn she has been dumped. True.
Please cast your vote to evict.
Evict Shayna.
I hate that he does that. I hate that he does that. Yeah, so Shayna was dumped apparently by her boyfriend. And allegedly he's been bringing other chicks to Shayna's house. That's awful.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi.
Please cast your vote to evict.
Sadly and unfortunately, I vote to evict Shayna. Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. Love you, Mike.
I think it's going to be unanimous that Shayna gets evicted here. I don't even think she's going to get one vote. Levi, hey! Yeah, poor Shayna. Poor Shayna. Last time I deal with this BS. I feel you. I feel you. Classy lady, Shayna. Absolutely classy. Is Lamar eating gum? Lamar. Hey, buddy. Time to vote.
Do what's in your heart.
It's time to vote.
You to vote to evict. One or the other. Can you hear me, Lamar?
Yeah, I do.
All right. You know
He's
we're on
live TV, buddy.
right?
Yeah.
And you know we got to get off at the top of the hour.
I choose to evict
Shayna.
Thank you.
What an eviction vote. What? What? What an eviction vote.
Hi, Todrick.
Hello, Julie.
Full of surprises. What do you have for me now? Please cast your vote to evict.
I am elated to evict the person who I've had their back this entire time who backstabbed me, Shayna. Am I allowed to vote twice, Julie?
No, you are.
Backstabbed you. She was never really working with you. She never liked you. She never liked you. Who do you think? Who do you think you are? Oh my God, these people suck so bad. Really, CVS. Like, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Lamar knows Misha deserves to go. He just wanted a moment to himself. Right? He's disturbing me. I hope his career is done after this. He barely had one before, but now it's over. Absolutely disgusting. Who's that? Who's that? You're thinking Todrick? Because that really was something. Just like Kanye, Todrick believes in his own delusions. That's the thing. I think they're starting to think and believe. Like, they're starting to believe what they're saying now at this point. Like, I think they lied so much about Shayna that they've convinced themselves, which is scary. I've seen that happen before where people lie so much that they're able to convince themselves of their own lie. And they're just completely lost at that point. There's no reasoning with them. They have no clue. Like, you could show them video evidence and they would still be like, no, what are you talking about? Let's get out Todd, Lamy, Carson, Cynthia. Love to see play off with Todrick and Misha. That probably would be the most competitive final two. And I'll be honest with you, like, maybe who deserves it the most? They might be like the villains at this point, but that doesn't mean that villains aren't necessarily deserving to win, right? I think if you were going to say at this moment who's played the best game, it's been Misha and it's been Todrick. Like, they've kind of crushed it, to be honest. And here we can get rid of this stuff now, as it's official that Shayna was evicted. We'll make our picture the gray there. We are down now to 6 celebrities inside the Big Brother house. 6 celebrities. That is it. We are in really the home stretch now. 1 week to go till we find out who the winner of this season is. That house will make you say some crazy things. Absolutely, Brooke. There's something about being in that house that just, it's like as soon as you step through the door, things change and your mind doesn't work the way it normally does. It's been a phenomenon in almost every iteration of Big Brother that it just, you don't think the same when you're in there. It's a damn game. Y'all need to chill. So, listen, it's a game, right? And, like, that doesn't defeat the idea that there are villains, right? There are people that you're not going to like when you're in there. I'm of the opinion that we need villains, right? Like, what is Batman without the Joker, right? But does the Joker care if they're liked or not? No, they're just trying to win and do what they want to do, right? Like, the best villains are the ones that think they are doing the right thing. And that's kind of what we have right now in Todrick and Misha. They feel like they're doing the right thing, even though the way we can see it, they're actually lying, right? And they're manipulating. But that's Big Brother. That's Big Brother. It's going to reveal the votes here to Shayna, Misha, and the rest of the house. Let's see. Can't believe CBS is rewarding totally a bully on live TV. You know, but again, though, that is part of the game, right? It's part of the game to lie, manipulate, and be the last one in the house. So while it's like, yeah, you know what? Is it fun to see someone get done dirty like that? A little bit. just a little bit inside, you're like, yeah, you know what? That was kind of fun. Misha beats Todrick in final 2. Yeah, I think at this point, I don't think Todrick can win. I don't think Todrick has a chance if he gets to the final 2. I just don't think he has the jury votes that will be with him, especially because they're not going to be sequestered. They're going to find out everything before they vote. It's not bullying. It's a damn game. Don't be soft. You'll never win. Go Todrick. So yeah, it's not bullying, right? Like, he's playing the game. The only thing I will say is that is a little bit bullying, right? It's like they've already won. They had already won. They got it manipulated that she was put on the block and to be voted out of the house. So where I thought things were a little bit bullying was when, like, she would walk by and she'd be out of earsight, and then Todrick would say something to Misha like, "Oh, there goes the devil." It's like, you've already won, right? Like, relax. But it's crazy to me that they were able to pull this off. Crazy to me that they were able to pull off this lie. Can't wait for Cynthia to go next, Karma. I think Carson will probably be the one to go next, but we'll see. Have they ever explained why celebs don't get the full backyard like regular BB does? So they get, like, a sliver of it, right, where they get the jacuzzi, they get the laundry room and stuff like that, and then they use the other half for the competitions. I actually kind of like the way they do it. I feel like if they did that in a regular Big Brother season, that would make it a little bit easier, especially for the house guests when, like, they get put on lockdown where they can't go into the backyard. I feel like having that little sliver would be really nice, and then be able to use that other area as, like, the comp setup staging area. And then because it's regular Big Brother and there's, like, a week between each competition, they could still give them the backyard when they need it. Cynthia won't go for another couple of votes. She's a goat. Yeah, I agree with you, Hermit. Jelly Donuts. I love the name. Very disappointed in this year's Celebrity Big Brother. Can't even watch the live feeds anymore. The live feeds are rough to keep up with, especially with how much they get taken down. But it's also Celebrity Big Brother, taken down even more than they normally are. And in recent seasons, the feeds have been down a lot. It's been pretty bad. No toddler bringing up Chris's son is not part of the game. So that is a thing, right? Where he did bring up his son for some reason. I didn't see it actually happen, but I did hear about that ISG. Todrick bragging that he told Kirkpatrick that his son will be ashamed to see how he played his. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The backyard is more like BB Canada now. Yeah, exactly, Jelly. That's kind of how they have it set up a little bit, where it's like, yeah, you get the hot tub, and then there's like another like competition backyard, if that makes sense. But they don't ever actually give them that full backyard. They just use that to build competitions. But I think that's just because they're on such an expedited schedule. There's no time. They are so mad Todrick knows the game. He does know the game, but I'll say this. I don't think he was playing very well until maybe the past 2 weeks. I think he kind of ended up doing this. Todrick missed. He misted Cynthia and Carson. He completely manipulated this to make it so that Shayna was the one to go. Watching Todrick slither around the house, it's so creepy and evil. Allegedly, Todrick is known for not paying his dancers on tour and being extremely shady. I did see something like that where one of his dancers came out and said that he wasn't paid. Todrick has actually said on the cameras at one point, he's like, my paid dancers, because I pay my dancers. So I don't know. It seems like people are giving evidence to the contrary on that. Very bad, poor sport when Misha didn't even go up to see Carson's HOH room. What do you think? Yeah, that was interesting, Jelly. That's usually something that does automatically put a target on your back in regular Big Brother, not going up to see the HOH room reveal. But Misha decided not to go up for it. Then he tries to tell sob stories to get sympathy. Who's that, Todrick? Yeah, there's been a lot of people already turning on Todrick and his game and how he's been playing. And look, there's nothing wrong with finding a ride or die and making moves, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And even the move against Shayna, while it's like, damn, no, not Shayna, it's also like, it was a good move and I respect it. There is that extra, right? That extra mile that sometimes people take that's just like, oh, you don't have to go that far with it. But again, I'm not even mad. I'm almost not even mad. That looks like it's bringing an end to the episode. We're not going to be getting the HOH tonight. We'll find that out later on the feeds, who ends up winning HOH. Let's catch up here with some of your comments before we end up calling it a night ourselves. Levi is trying everything in his power, even soiling his reputation to get the money. He barely works these days and just bought a new house. So he has to pay his bills with this money. Really, dude, don't call me a bad parent or make fun of I have seen make fun of someone looks like now you're gonna call this game. Yeah, so that somebody else wrote something like that on Twitter, one of former house guests, about like don't bring anybody's kids into it, right? Like, especially if you're not a parent, you should never bring anybody's kids into anything. What someone does as a parent really doesn't need to be brought up in any of the scenarios. What's the over-under for Lamar understanding the game before eviction? I think it's far under. Far under. Todrick seems to really need this money. That's kind of interesting too, because it seems like he needs the money, but he also talks about he buys like big costumes and stuff like that as well. What was the thing people were putting around was I think he bought the Wizard of Oz hat from Wicked. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, apparently that was a thing. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching. Once again, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We do these live watch-alongs for all of the live evictions, as well as live feed updates. So tomorrow morning, there will be an update on who won HOH, what the plans are, who's going to be nominated, and everything that we missed on the feeds tonight. And then the next eviction episode, I believe is Friday is the next eviction episode. So we'll be live for that as well. Also, if you'd like this stream, hit that like button. It really helps a lot. I mentioned Big Brother Canada has been announced March 2nd. So that will be a big 2-day event, not only for Big Brother Canada, but also here on the channel. We're going to do a 2-night watch party for the premiere of that. And that starts just a week after the end of Celebrity Big Brother. So we'll have 1 week kind of off, and then we'll be jumping right into Big Brother Canada in March, and that goes all the way till May. So we have a lot of Big Brother content coming. Is it double eviction tonight? No, there's no more evictions. That is it for the episode. But I don't know if we'll have a double eviction this season with Chris Kattan quitting. Let's look at the schedule real quick and see. So we just had an eviction tonight. Wednesday's episode will be HOH, maybe a veto. Friday is a 2-hour episode, so that could be a double eviction. If that was a double eviction, there'd be 4 people left. HOH nominees, and then possibly an eviction on Monday's episode, which is a 2-hour. And then Wednesdays, maybe 1 more eviction and the final 2. Yeah, I would say either Friday or next Monday are probably going to be double evictions. That would make sense. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Great live. Hit the like button, everybody. Thank you, Jelly. Honestly, Shayna is the real winner here. She left a snake pit. You might be right on that, Levi. You might be right. But listen, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me pop in here some links for everybody. Again, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on Twitter, here's that Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitch, which we're going to get back into, try and do some more Twitch streams as well. You can follow me there. I also have a Discord that we can get everybody in as well. Once again, though, my name is Ori, everyone. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this stream, hit that like button. And I will see you all next time.